Hello and welcome back, my dear audience. In this 35th episode of the Fusion Minis, I would like to talk a little bit about working with Mocha data right inside of Fusion. Simply because last week I did the same for Blender via the Mocha Blend add-on, which I really like. It's good. And at this stage it wouldn't feel complete not to do the same for Fusion. Just to keep things simple, I will reuse the same already tracked footage here that I was using last week in my Blender video on the same topic, and I should also mention that this is not the most recent Mocha Pro version. It is still 4.1.3. The reason for that is that I am simply waiting for a good purchasing deal. That's it. All I have to do now is select my tracked ground plane and then I export the tracking data. I could, as you can see, export shape data as well, but in this very short video I will only export some tracking data. Blackmagic Fusion Comp is already selected. If not, search for it and copy to clipboard. Then I jump into Fusion and I paste it in my flow. Two nodes will appear. One is the loader node with my footage, and the second is the tracker node that I will show you in the second image view window. Now let's add some quick geometry to the scene. I add in a text 3D node, type in RR for render rotation. Extrude it, bevel it a little bit, just like this, nothing too fancy. Then merge 3D node to add some lights, an ambient light and one more, the spotlight. And the spotlight should be moved out like this. And last node for this scene is a renderer 3D node to make this little mesh usable for my 2D scene. This renderer 3D node will now be plugged into the foreground, into the foreground of my tracker node, and the tracker node now has to understand what I want to do, so I click on Operation, Match, Move. There it is. Now I can make this look a little more pretty. The renderer 3D node has to, the renderer type has to be changed to OpenGL renderer, and I enable lighting and shadows. And then by default my renderer 3D node is on full HD, but my footage here, whoops, there, it's 3840 by 2160, so I have to change it here. 3840 by 2160. Nice. And now I can reposition the text down, further away, and I rotate it. Yeah, good enough. The ambient light is way too bright. 0.6 is enough, I think, and I give it a slightly yellowish tint. My spotlight can be slightly blue. Yeah. And what else? Is there anything? I don't think so. Let's click on play. Oh no, first I disable rotation in the tracker. I simply don't need it for this scene. Whoops, sorry. And then I click on play. And you can see my text is sticking nicely to the track plane. Yes, and that's it. Fine, I hope you liked this episode. If so, please leave me a thumbs up. If not, tell me why not. I can't do any better otherwise. Before this gets too long, I say thank you very, very much for watching. See you in the next episode, hopefully. Bye.